All right, people, Catfish Dave here, coming at you from the Elk River, which flows into Wheeler Reservoir. I'd already done one trip on Wheeler Reservoir. I was not impressed. Pretty much still in spawn, a lot of small sized fish. You're lucky to see 30-pounders. I should have waited a few weeks before I came down here. It's hard to tell when a spawn will end. It's different every year. Normally it's over with by now. We had a lot of extra rain this year, which slowed it down. So spawn is still in, unfortunately. And since I wasn't impressed out there, I'm just gonna pull this Elk River here. We're down here by the mouth of it where it dumps in. And it's a lot of 20, 30-foot water. But that's all that Wheeler is. Wheeler is not a deep reservoir. There's a deep hole way upriver somewhere. Most of that water out there that you fish is anywhere from 8 to 30-something feet max, a lot of 20-foot water. Not much difference than this. The only real difference would be that's getting a lot more flow. Well, if we're still heavy into spawn, this is one of those places where fish would go up to spawn, make nests, so there could be a lot of them still hanging out in here. Either way, I'm gonna drag this instead of that and see if I can't catch a cat that's fat. My last bit of bait, we're gonna chunk it out there. I brought a net in case I seen some shad or something, but I'm not seeing a lot of shad. I think most of those are running the surface. It's not like in Virginia they let those boys use those gill nets. When our shad scatter out here, if our shad ain't just bunched up, we can't net them. One of these baits is old. I think it's that one. I'm gonna throw it anyway. Bait seems to be tough in the summer months. I'm gonna go ahead and get this boat turned into this river. I don't know what this is like. I see some trees and stuff sticking up. This could be hang up city. We're gonna find out. Maybe there's elk-sized catfish in the Elk River. That would be nice. Get the boat turned here. I'm gonna speed up to about 0.9 to get everything set up, deployed. Now out there is some current. There is gonna be none in here. We'll try it. We may end up going out there if this is a bust. I'll have no choice. I don't want to because I wasn't impressed by it yesterday. Yeah, I done everything last time out. Still fished, suspend fish, dragged. I done best dragging. So we're gonna start out dragging. That's how we gonna start. This is 27 foot. I don't think I'm ever gonna get much over 30 feet in this thing. And like I say, if there's gonna be some hang-ups, I'm expecting a lot of those to be in the very beginning part of it here, right around this bend, around this island. I may keep the boards a little close together until we get around the bend. And once we get up into that straight chute up there, I may widen everything out. I can feel some rock on the bottom. It's kind of a hard bottom. I don't care if it's hard or not, as long as the catfish bite. They can have whatever kind of bottom they want to, as far as that goes. Throw an old chunk on here. It is about 10:30 in the morning, could be later. I tried to get a place to stay over here last night, and I could not. Some kind of military big to-do, and every motel between here and Decatur was booked. I had to drive all the way to Rogersville. Is it Rogersville? No, shoot. I'll think of the name here in a little bit. It's way up over there off of Gunnersville. But I had to drive over there just to get a room. That's what I had to do. And it was about 3 a.m. before I laid down. By the time I couldn't find nothing here, ended up driving an hour and a half back over there. Scottsboro, that's where I stayed at, Scottsboro. You can't think when you ain't had no sleep, right? Let's throw these out. We'll just start dragging right off the bat today. See what happens. I had to try everything under the sun to get it done last time I was out here. Dag blasted spawn still going on. See, I done fooled around and let too much line out of that. So we'll bring it back in here. I'm gonna slow the boat down some. Now that we're deployed. Got a little breeze coming up the river. I'm fine with that because it's hot out. It's hot out already. There's a bite. Here's a bite. And it feels like a better fish. Feels like a better fish. I don't think it's no dinky one. That didn't take long at all. He hit the Tennessee orange board. Okay, I felt a little tail kicking there. Either way, first fish on. And like I say, we're in the deep part of this thing. 40 to 38, somewhere in there. Yeah. First fish on in the elk. Of course, the sun's got to be right in the camera. See what we got here. Come on in here, old Alabama fish. Yeah. He's giving it all he's got. They don't like getting in the boat. That is a decent fish compared to yesterday. That's not a bad size. On the head piece. The head piece, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad fish compared to what I was catching yesterday. Old fat one. Look at the stomach on that. These fish are gonna be all shaded out in this from that sun. But I'm not gonna turn the boat around unless I get something really substantial. Either way, turn the tail towards me so you look shorter. It's not a bad fish to start. Not real long into the trip. I wish I could have had a better coffee than what I had this morning, and I did not. Oh, I forgot where I stayed at, Comfort Inn or something. Them little bitty old cups, man. I drink a pot normally if I'm at the house. I drink a pot in the morning, and then I'll drink another half pot at night. I've got one dink that's just following that green board. He'll chew it off there. We won't have no bait. And I'll be pulling without bait. There was a lot of that yesterday, was those little dink fish. Summertime dinks robbing my baits. I bet I pulled half the trip without bait on the hook. That looks like a decent fish right there on the bottom we just went over. So That was in 35 foot. He's just hanging out there by his lonesome. I have seen when you catch a fish really fast at the beginning of a video, where that can usually be the sign of a bad day coming up. As soon as you throw in, bam! I don't know how many times I've done that, never caught a gosh dang thing the rest of the day. You're thinking, oh man, this is going to be a good bite. A lot of times it's just the sign of a really bad day to come. Yeah, we got that first fish up pretty quick and then ain't caught jack squat since. We'll keep pressing on. The fact that the Tennessee River has some current is a benefiting factor in its favor. Now, by experience, if I was going to fish this Elk River over the main river, I would do it in the winter up to spring, maybe again in the fall. I would have never really thought about doing it in the middle of summer, this no flow versus all that flow. But the only reason I'm doing it is because when I was out there, it was a bunch of dink catfish, very few quality fish. I mean, it still has qualities of water that does. It's still wet, you know, it's wet water. We'll try to work it up over. Come on. You're gonna make me go back and get that, aren't you? It sure is. It's gonna make me go back and get it. Gosh. Anytime you catch a fish right off the bat, probably gonna be a bad day. Oh Lordy, we're coming up the Elk River. I just want a big catfish. I want a catfish as big as an elk in the Elk River. You know there ain't no elk here. This is Alabama. Northern Alabama. It's flat. I mean, this ain't elk country. Tornadoes, no elk. You got a way better shot at seeing a tornado here than you do an elk. Well, we actually got a bite up here. First one in a while. It was one of them old summertime dink fish, but hey, it was a bite. Kind of got exciting there for about a second. Thought something was actually going to happen. But it's slow. I mean, that's the first bite I've had since that island down there. I'm strongly contemplating just getting off Wheeler altogether, maybe going below a dam. This lake, as far as the lake, is still into spawn. We'll see what happens. I may luck up, catch a catfish the size of an elk right here in the Elk River. If that happens, I'll just go to the house. But it's not looking good, especially because the later it gets, the closer we're getting to that noon hour, which is the hour of suck. And it's really longer than an hour. It's like a good several hours anywhere around that hour. It's more like 3 hours of suck caused by the hour of suck. It is suckiest at noon. But the suck starts creeping in usually about 10:30 and don't start leaving out till probably after 2 o'clock. All that suck created by the hour of suck. I hate that time of day, and plus it's hot. It's just a worthless time of day as far as fishing goes. Worthless. Come on, Elk River, you can do it. Water temps are 87. I've caught fish at 90-degree water temps in James River before, so I know it can happen. But if you wanted to cool off, it wouldn't do you much good to jump in the lake. See if my board's gonna miss that buoy over there. I was too hot to try to move the boat. Gosh, dang, it's hot. I am no fan of summer, y'all. None, none, none. If this was fall, we'd be slamming some fish. If it was winter, we'd be slamming some fish. If it was spring, we'd be slamming some fish. Right now, we're out here on a tough bite. Unless you want to get into a pile of dinks out there in the main channel. We actually got a fish right when I put the last cracker in my mouth. Now there's one more, hang on. It's hot, y'all. Hot, hot, hot. We actually hooked another fish out here in this Elk River. They hit real hard and then they're just lazy. Just lay in the current after that. Come on in here. I pulled a little there. Pulled a little line out. Let me slow the boat down. I've got it going pretty good. 0.9 just to create some current. That remote is so hot I can't hardly hold it. That's ridiculous. Possibly a bite right there on that orange board. Come on in here. Don't make it so difficult. There he is. Yeah, we did get a bite right there. There's a fish on my screen. That is a beat up looking male, I believe. What'd you hit? You hit a head or a chunk? He hit a head. I believe that first one we caught was on a head. Come on in here, old ugly male. I guarantee you that one don't have bait on it because it got nipped on for a while. Oh, no, don't come out of the net. Well, it's a fish that's bigger than the average size that I was getting out in that channel yesterday. Because those were just pure summer dinks. Yeah, chewed the head up. Come on, beat yourself up. Just beat yourself up. Yeah. Oh, summer male catfish, a little scarred up on the head. Look at all that slime, man, from those nasty fish. They get real slimy this time of year. Oh, and I thought he'd come up, but he didn't. He made a turn. Can't remember if this is that old wore out head or what it is. They're pulling hard when you hook them in here. Yeah. We're getting way up here now. Man, that first couple. Well, some of that might have been the Alra suck. But yeah, the more we get up here, and we're shallower. I hooked this fish in 17 foot. Just another catfish in the Elk River. And I'd be interested to see which bait he hit. Come on in here, Elk River catfish. No, don't go towards the board. Don't go towards the board. Don't go towards the board. There we go. That fish hit harder than what he is. But it's a fish in the Elk River. He got my bait, so I don't know what he hit. Probably that old wore out headpiece. Yeah. I actually found a female. Yeah. There's a female. Ain't all beat up. All they do is drop eggs and leave. They're not very good mamas. They don't even stick around to see if the kids are going to be raised up or not. Yeah. Come on, old dink, get up there, get up there. Dag blasted. We're coming into an area of real small fish here, and I'm not liking it. Try to outrun them, maybe. I've tried to outrun them before, and you can't hardly do it. We'll bump up to 0.1 for a minute. See if I can outrun these things where my bait's going. Well, thank God a little breeze came up. I probably don't have any bait left, but I got a little breeze for a second. I thought I was going to pass out. All right, y'all. It's pretty tough. So what I've done is normally I run the orange boards on the outside and the green on the inside. I flipped everything around to see if that changes our luck. I've really had enough of the Elk River myself. It's very hot. There's not a lot of fish activity. And I don't want to go out in the lake because I done that yesterday. And I don't want to use all my bait up on dink catfish. So I believe we're just in this thing at the wrong time of year, and we need to get below a dam somewhere. Maybe that'll change our luck. I just threw 4 fresh baits on. Woo! Bet I ain't got much bait left there. Sucker. I've had enough of this. I've had enough of the Elk River. All right, y'all. Let's go somewhere else. Let's do something different before I waste all my bait in the Elk River. All right, people, I took a few hours off, got as far away from the hour of suck as I could get. And I decided to come to Wilson, or it's actually Wilson Lake. I guess it's Wheeler Dam. Either way, we've got flow here. Now, when I got here, my graph only has 9% battery left. I don't know how that happened. It's very dangerous being around these dams. Way down here, I'm only 12 feet deep. There's a lot of shallow. I'd really like to know how deep I am. I have a graph on my phone that shows me, you know, humps, bumps, holes, but that doesn't really tell me if my prot's fixing to hit something or not, you know. So either way, that makes me a little nervous. But yeah, let's try to catch a catfish out of this current. I'm seeing a lot of tiny skipjack. I mean, tiny ones. They're like 3 inches jumping everywhere here. The flow is coming right out between those towers. We're going to ease up there. And I may turn my graph off once I get up here. Let me cut up one of these skipjacks. We're going to try bumping in the current first. Well, y'all, I better not get too far up here. I forgot my life jacket, and I'm sure it's the law you got to have a life jacket on right up at these dams, so I better not get much past this just to be safe. I didn't even think about it. My brain's too hot. I'm just going to turn this on map. There's a bite. There we go. There we go. There we go. We ain't got it on nothing now because we're hooked up and I didn't get it set. There's a fish. I'm gonna go ahead and let the trolling motor off so we could catch up to him. All right, y'all, we are not skunked at Wheeler Dam here. I'm kind of glad that storm's picking up because makes it nice out here. Did I take my spot lock on? No, I'm on spot lock. Get off there. We're gonna catch up to him. That fish is all beat up, man, from getting off the nest. All beat up. Dark fish. Dark beat up fish. Thin. Go ahead and spot lock for now. That is an ugly dark fish, man. Make sure that is a blue cat and not a that's a big channel cat, I think, y'all. That's a big channel cat. That's what it is. That is what that is, a big channel cat. Come on now. Yeah, they got sharp teeth, man. Can't get a hold of the crazy fish. That is a channel cat. Not even a blue cat. So in a way, we're still kind of skunked. I'll tell you what, I'm just down at Alabama at the wrong time of year. Yeah. All right, y'all, we either got some white bass or some skipjack, so I'm gonna try to catch one. I'm gonna see what these are popping right here. I could use some fresh bait. It's either skipjack or white bass. It looks like skipjack. We'll see. Throw a spoon out. Throw a spoon. They don't want the spoon, but I got something they probably do want. Yep, they don't want the spoon. I'll guarantee you they'll eat a popper fly. Watch this. They'll eat a popper. Guaranteed. Guaranteed they'll eat a popper fly. Of course, I didn't bring my skipjack stuff with me, so if he pots my fly, I'm done. Where are they at? Watch this. There we go, I'm on. That quick. Could be white bass too. It's running pretty deep. I think it's a white bass. It is, I think. It's a white bass. We don't want him. You can't even use them in Alabama. Dag blast it. Can't use no white bass in Alabama. I was hoping it was skipjack. That's what I was hoping. Yeah, it's a white bass. It's a white bass. We don't want no white bass. Ouch. That's what all these boats are around me for, trying to catch white bass. And we don't want one of these white bass. I was hoping it was a skipjack, but it's not. Yeah. Well, we're not skunked below Wheeler Dam. Sure ain't. We are not skunked below Wheeler Dam. They're way out there. It's a good thing about a popper, you can get it out there. And these aren't. That feels a little more like a skipjack, maybe. No, it's a white bass. It's a white bass. Yeah, we don't want no white bass. All right, y'all, let's go back upriver and start bumping back down. Get away from these old white bass fishermen. I don't need to get a bad reputation for being a white bass fisherman. Let's get out of that stuff there. Don't need none of that. No white bass. Yeah, them boys are all gathered around them white bass down there. I don't know why. You can't even use them for bait. If you can't use it for bait, what good is it? There's another fish. A lot of small fish in here. Just holding it. Just a holding it. Probably got my bait jacked up where I can't hook a big fish now. There's another bite right there. There's a whole channel cat convention going on right here below the boat. Yep, more channel cats. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, bang goes the channel cat. Oh, you're just holding it, sucker. You're just holding it there. Oh, and he pulled the bait off there. Yeah, he pulled the bait. Aggravating fish. There's a bite. Another channel cat. There's another bite. Another channel cat. Taking a different path this time, but we're still getting nothing but channel cat. All right, y'all, they have turned the gates down and I barely got any flow here. Barely have any flow at all. I'll do what I can for the last few minutes. And then we're getting back to Tennessee. I ain't got no battery left on my grab. All right, y'all, there's 10 white bass fishermen out here that are gonna be all headed back to the ramp at the same time soon because these white bass have quit once they shut this water down. So the lesson here is, I went to Wheeler yesterday and I caught a bunch of fish, but it's pretty much spawn there. I had a hard time in the lake getting a couple fish of any size at all. So I figured I'd try something different. I went up into the Elk River today and trying to find a bigger fish, and when that didn't pan out, come here and it's nothing but channel cat and some white bass. Can't even catch a decent skipjack here. So let this be a lesson. Do not take a road trip anywhere near the spawn. Come in the spring, come in the winter, come in the fall. But if you travel this far anywhere near the spawn, you could get caught by it and have a lot of money in a trip that doesn't produce no better than what your home lake can. So either way, this is a video. There was some fish in the video. That makes it a fishing video. This is Catfish Dave with another one, signing out.